So our new hotspot will not connect to this.
It won't?
No. So I had to bring it up here and plug it in. It's so stupid. It won't connect. It must be something like the new Wi-Fi signal because it won't connect to my hotspot either. Like, look, here's the options. Web City guest, Web City. I guess I can make sure. Let's turn my hotspot on. So now there should be a Burns here. No. Do you see a Burnsy on your phone? What? A Burnsy? Yep. No. Isn't that crazy? You even see, yeah, Nixa LIVE HS, isn't it? So it's gotta be some sort of new, like, Wi-Fi or something.
All right, Evan. You got one girl's left. All right, Evan.
What?
Get on the mic.
What?
Get on the mic.
Me?
Yes. No, he has to practice for next year. Evan, it is not that hard. You did it last year.
Don't hear it.
No, you did it with me. Yes, you did. I saw it on your mom's Instagram. Just get on. It's not that hard.
What are you doing?
Play-by-play.
Oh, I'm gonna have to break stuff down.
It's really not that hard. Hello and welcome to this Lady Cardinals versus Lady Eagles basketball matchup. We're joining a bit late, but based on the score, it seems to have been a good game. So there's a nice jump shot in the lane from Chasney Brown, the 5'7" freshman. I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner,
Evan Brett.
And yeah, like I said, we joined late, but it seems to be a close game here between these two JV teams. High matchup tonight. Obviously, the JV girls game will be in here, and then varsity girls, followed by the varsity boys basketball. But right now, driving down the lane is Brecklin Sargent, working on Jordan Phillips. Wide open three-pointer, just long, grabbed by Clark inside.
They seem to be in like a 2-3 zone almost, like three people alone in the paint. Might be just betting on them shooting three-point jumpers. Just
yeah,
really
made that adjustment. Must not have been hitting three-pointers and trying to force them to do it really to help them inside game more, where they must have been killing them.
Webb City going with a press here. A 1-3-1.
And they find the inbound to Phillips, somehow gets her. She's shoved to the ground. Speaking of Phillips, she seems to be the difference maker today for the Eagles. 20 points for her tonight.
Yeah, just really being aggressive in that lane. Just really attacking all of our matchups and getting to the rack.
Yeah, and even last year, she played junior varsity for these Lady Eagles. She's a sophomore but just seeing her grow, as here's a jump shot by Claire Clark, just off the front iron, rebounded by McLean. But seeing Jordan Phillips grow this past year on the JV, she's playing a bit of varsity too, kind of sitting the bench, and I think next year will really be her year to take on that star role, especially after this junior class graduates. And here she is passing in the ball. 2 minutes. 30 seconds left in this quarter. Find McLean, top of the key, driving down the right side, finding a hole, throws up a shot and gets the foul. McLean will be heading to the line for 2. McLean, kind of a slow day, scoring-wise, 0 points, but she's been contributing defensively, so moving the ball around as the point guard.
Not many of them have gone in, but she's just been really, really aggressive, attacking that lane. Just really getting to the free throw line. Although they might not be going down, it's really helping out the team.
Yeah, building up those fouls for especially later in the game, you know. It looks like they're in bonus. Yeah, they're in bonus right now. So that'll last for the last 2 minutes of the quarter, so they need to attack that, drive to the basket more. As on the other end, here's Webb City. They get the foul of their own. That one is Brecklin Sargent once again.
That's her. She's at 9 right now. Really just last 2 drives or possessions, really just attacking that basket and just getting to that line very well.
Yeah, we saw her on the three-pointer and go in, but she obviously not afraid to shoot right there. She gets another drive to the basket.
I mean, I think that's the key to success with this Eagles team. Like, although they're big, they're just not. That's why they're in the 2-3 zone. I think they're not as mobile as other teams. Just really getting to that rim and spreading them out a little bit as well. Just really going to work for this team.
And driving down, Euro stepping through the lane is Phillips.
Too easy.
Yeah, good move from Phillips. But looking at this Webb City roster as they come down, that Sargent again at the point guard, just a lot of freshmen starting for them. And goes up there for the foul, but it shows their age in that they're kind of going to be building on these next couple of years with the future. And these freshmen are going to blossom hopefully into stars for them that they can have on their varsity for the next 4 years to come. First free throw is good. Sargent now with 10 or 11 on the board. Nails the second one to make it a tie game, just over 2 minutes remaining.
Webb City stays in the press. It's clearly working as number 11.
Sargent. She gets the steal
steal
again. Now working on McLean. Crossover, driving through, poked away. Ball's on the ground. We'll call a jump ball, be Nixa. Basketball the other way.
Great defense from McLean right there. Just really grabbing onto that ball, won't let go of it, and just forcing them a turnover.
And Coach V for the Nixa Eagles will want to talk this one over. Tie game, 35-35, just under 2 minutes remaining. We'll be back. We are back from the break. It'll be Nixa basketball as I'll throw the ball away. Seem to be in their heads a bit, and the trap or trap press, whatever you want to call it, is really working for this Cardinals team. Now inbounding the ball is Sargent, looking for anyone. Eventually, we'll get it into Sinclair, who will reset to Sargent at the top, guarded by McLean. Working on McLean. It's another foul on that left side.
She's shown it this game, just really not afraid to attack the basket. Last 3 possessions, just all her driving right on McLean and just getting to the line.
After one free throw made, it's Clark on the other end. Clark pressed up heavily by Horn. Over to McLean, driving in. Now on the ground, fighting for the ball, ripped away. And Nixa will get the timeout before the jump ball.
I don't know if I agree with that call. Just kind of just fumbled around with it. Didn't really have possession, and lucky got that timeout off, but I think that should still be Webb City's ball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, they were arguing for it, but I don't think she had full possession. I think the Webb City girl had more, like you said.
Kind of fumbling around. It was on the ground when they called the timeout, but the ref gave it to him, so
Nixa
he
got
was retained.
Yeah, Nixa got bailed out. 36-35. Webb City now with the 1 point favor.
That press really working for Nixa. I mean, not Nixa, Webb City, sorry. They're just really getting those traps off, making them kind of throw passes they shouldn't, lobbing it, and they're just getting good turnovers and attacking the basket, getting very good scores.
Yeah, and it seems that Nixa just doesn't know what to do right now. They're just making stupid mistakes that they shouldn't be making, and just things that you don't really see from a team that's in this game by 1 point. You'd like them to be more clean. With the inside dish to Bryant, now back out to Phillips. Phillips got Sargent on her. Going inside, tries to find the McLean in the corner, but is knocked out of bounds.
I'd like to see Nixa really attack that size advantage. 51 for the Lady Eagles. She's just so much taller than them, and they're just really not feeding her in the paint.
Yeah, Katie Bryant, the freshman, 6 foot tall, especially as a freshman. That's huge. Right there, I think she was open. They just didn't see her.
Just really not looking for her, honestly. I think the way to get back in this game is just attacking down low and just getting those hard points. Because they are not playing very great offense right now, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like this whole game, based on the points, it's just been Jordan Phillips on offense. To me, she's 22 of them, either 35, way over 50%. Just need to find a way, like you said, to attack inside, use their size advantage, especially like I mentioned earlier, just lots of freshmen on this other team, or Webb City. Now Sargent, just under a minute remaining. To the cutter inside, she loses control. Looking around to Bryant. Bryant will keep it in bounds. Looking for anyone and tries Phillips, but it's batted away, ultimately out of bounds on Webb City. Once again, yeah, the press just confuses them.
Kind of panicking whenever they get trapped and just throwing bad passes, getting easy turnovers for Webb City.
Yeah.
As they stay with it.
Yeah, and here's Phillips now, full head of steam, driving in, floater, too strong. And it's bouncing in the back court. Now Webb City's kind of got a breakaway. We've got McLean coming up behind, and it somehow stays in bounds. I think it's going to be out of bounds on the Eagles.
McLean, way to get back on that. I think she was all the way at the block.
Yeah, saved a free layup for Webb City. They'll get a free three-pointer here. It's good.
I don't know what they were doing on that shot. Looks like they got messed up with their zone, and it just didn't work out. They stay in the press, just really hurting the Lady Eagles here.
Yeah, that was Chasney Brown on that three. McLean now on the other end. Hands on the Phillips. Clock's winding down. Phillips going in, and she gets marked for the travel. 1.9 seconds remaining.
I see what she's trying to do there. 22 points so far. I think you got to hit an open teammate. There was too many people in the painted area, and I don't see what she was trying to do there.
And they will get a shot off, but no good. 39-35, fourth quarter awaits. We'll be back. returning from the break, 39-35 in the favor of Webb City. If you're just now joining, I am Brady Richard with my partner Evan Brett. As it's been a stalemate kind of this whole game, been going back and forth, high battle. Jordan Phillips has kind of been the star of the game for Nixa. She has the most points leading the offense. As she looks inside to Bryant here, and that's what you've been talking about, wanting to feed it inside, and they do it right there.
First points of the game. I mean, it just looked too easy on that shot. Just nobody can contest her with their height of 6 feet, I believe. And it's too easy.
Yeah, just towers over the defender, so much taller than everyone else on the court.
It's 2-3 zone, or 3-2, my bad. 3-2, just really trying to limit that, honestly, the inside game. Because number 11 just tearing it up on the inside, just driving with ease. So I think they're trying to limit her from getting inside.
Yeah, I agree. Sargent, she's just been driving on this Nixa defense. Really, whoever's guarding her, she just kind of does a crossover and blows right by. So another jump ball is called, and it'll be Webb City ball. Brecklin Sargent looks in for the three. Nothing but net. Kinsey Horn from deep. Another steal, and they'll throw it back up for an easy two. That one's Chasney Brown.
Going back to that three, it just really seems they're having trouble finding their matchups on the inbounds. Just 2 back-to-back threes on inbounds. They need to start finding their matchup if they want to win this game.
Yeah, and there a missed layup from McLean will lead to a wide open layup on the other end. They'll make that one. That one's Brown, and Coach V coming out of the break doesn't like what he sees. I think that's 10 straight points in less than a minute and a half. So they'll go talk it over, try to get back into this game. Who they're kind of out of now.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to draw something up for this press. Just too many turnovers. Just not getting enough. Yeah, just not getting the rim enough.
1 point deficit to a 9 point. So we'll see what he says, see if they change coming out the break, and we'll be back. Returning from the timeout, brought to you by Union Wellness Co., is the Nixa Eagles in the rebound is put back up there.
Just Eagles really taking advantage of their size difference now, kind of working in a little more than they did in the previous possessions. I think it's really going to help them out. But
another wide open three-pointer is hit. Chasney Brown getting a little hot from deep as they're back in this press now. Middleton finds Clark on the far sideline, looking for Cutting Phillips, and it's saved. Somehow kept alive by the Cardinals, but Middleton's back there, scramble on the ground with Brown. And Webb City will get the timeout from their coach. Now, only 30 seconds back from the timeout, and we see another one called by Webb City. Checking into the game at the scores table will be number 5, Esther Dancy, and number 14, Mia Johnson.
as you can see from that 3-2, on those corners, you can get a lot of corner threes if your big man doesn't motion out and just kind of help out, and that's what's been happening to them. Just a lot of corner threes. And it's really not going to help them getting back into this game if they keep letting that up.
Yeah, it's just looking like it's all hustle on defense, in my opinion. I feel like defense, offense is really more skill, but defense, rebounding, it's kind of just hustle. And really what they got to do down low is just hustle out to the corners, obviously the wing, because they're in a 3-2, can wave them off once they help them. But until they get there, you've got to get out. And right now, it's just not been working. Inbounding the ball now. Just with Sinclair. She gets it back on the block, throws up a shot, won't go. Rebound, and it's stolen by Phillips. Phillips get past her defender. She's looking to go all the way to the rack and will finish. 24th point of the game for number 24.
Nixa going with the 3-1-1 in here, just trying to stop number 11. She's just dribbling right through it, though. They go with the trap.
Gets out of it from Horn, and going in for the block is McLean, but really called for the foul, and we'll send Kaylin Maxwell to the line.
When they trapped her in that upper area, they should have had somebody up at the top of the key, because it was just an easy pass for her, just way too easy to break that press. I believe Nora Clark was down low. I think she should have just come up and helped off on that, and it might have been an easy turnover.
That shot was way off, though. Rebounded and stolen by McLean. McLean's got nothing but the court ahead of her, and she'll lay it up for an easy 2.
Just too easy right there. Just pick the pocket.
Yeah, and here's another one from Phillips. Phillips now going inside. Pull-up jumper is good, and Eagles cut this 9-point deficit all the way to 4. This press is really getting to Webb City,
Both teams not able to handle it, seemingly.
kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine. There's a cutting Brown, and it'll be short. Rebound from Brown again will be good.
Nixa really needs to start boxing out here. Just too many offensive rebounds, second chance points. They just need to just box out, honestly. And
it's Dancy looking inside. Good pass to Phillips. Phillips throws one up, and it is good.
Nixa applying the pressure here with this press.
They found Brown, and Brown just seems to keep getting open. I keep saying her name. Looked like a double dribble there.
There's really attacking the weakness here with the 3-1-1. There's just always somebody on those wings that's going to be open. If you throw it, it's an easy press breaker.
And they look inside to their 6'1" big man, but Clark gives the pressure, and it will be off her foot out of bounds. Nixa basketball. 4 minutes remaining. Nixa down by 4 points. Now we have Kinsey Horn tying her shoe over there. Inbound to Johnson. She finds the cutting Phillips. Phillips driving inside. Dump off pass to Clark, but they get the foul first.
Claire just really beat that press easily. If they got that over to Jordan Phillips earlier, I think it would have been an easy layup. Cutting the lead down to 2. But
yeah, I think they're getting points anyway out of that. Phillips at the line now, or Clark with the wide open layup. As they say that, she misses. I think I jinxed her, but announcer jinx.
She's seemingly been automatic tonight. 28 points, just a great game for her, really being aggressive tonight.
Yeah, just her presence around the rim. The second free throw will go, so it didn't fully jinx her, but it'll be the press now on Horn, and Horn just seeing sandwich in between 2 defenders.
Seemingly a travel there, I thought.
Reached in by Dancy, but she'll get it back. Back to Horn, and they'll call a timeout. They had a lot of steals due to this Nixa press, and they're going to want to figure that out. We'll be back after this timeout. Returning now, just under 4 minutes, 51-48, Webb City with the lead. And it's really been close this whole game. If you're just now joining us, I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Evan Brett. It was close, 35-36, somewhere around that when we came on the mic. We just got here, and then the Cardinals come out hot after a timeout, get up 9 points, but all of a sudden Nixa's back in this game, only down by 3, and now they're dropped into this 3-2, trying to prevent really three-pointers that they've been knocking down, specifically number 20, Chasney Brown. There's a steal by Clark.
It's seemingly they're using their own tactics against them. They're putting the pressure on the ball carriers and they're panicking and throwing stupid turnovers.
Yeah, that's what Nixa did. That whole press, they really were just panicking, throwing the ball around, not really knowing what to do, and it led to a bunch of points. But like you said, taste their own medicine. They just got it back and did the exact same thing to them. This Horn now working on Phillips inside, looking for a cutter. No. Taken away by Johnson, back outside to Sargent.
Seemingly dropping to a 2-3 or just a really, really wide 2-3.
Now Sargent, guarded by McLean. Up ahead, just trying to waste time, it looks like. They need to get up on her, though, if they want to get that 5 seconds. Now Brown. Sargent driving in middle of the lane, throws up a shot, too strong. And foul from Clark.
Like I said earlier,
just Sinclair to the line.
They need to find bodies when that shot goes up. They need to start boxing out. There's just too many second chance points going on right now. It's really hurting the Eagles.
Yeah, and right there, I just think Clark needs to get her hands up. Just looked like she had both of her hands towering down and just completely fouled him or her. First free throw is good. Sinclair will miss the second. Rebound Johnson. Johnson looking for someone, finds Dancy near sideline.
Seems like they're face guarding Phillips here.
And an overthrown pass out of bounds from Dancy to Clark.
I really think this is a great game plan. Phillips with 29 of the 48, starting to face guard or try to limit those points, make somebody else beat you. I really think that's a great game plan.
Yeah, and it seems to be working. Phillips, like you said, having most of their points, and just it looks like their offense just falls apart without her this game. They just can't do anything.
But a great trap here and a jump ball.
And it will be Nixa ball from that. Great trap from Sam McLean. She's passing in the ball now.
But the defense been
looking around, no one on her. Finds Phillips.
The defense being played on Phillips. I mean, they're really just going to have to find somebody else. Somebody else is going to have to make the, because almost double teaming her when she drives the lane. They're really going to have to find somebody else to beat them. And
right there, falls to the ground. Good defense from Sargent. Pass in to Sargent. And they're going to Trapper, Phillips, and McLean. They got her on the sideline. She'll get it away to Horn. Horn now being chased. And on the corner, back up to Horn. Horn now, the top near the Cardinal, up McLean on her. McLean trailing Horn. Horn, left hand kick out. The corner. It seems they're just trying to hold the ball now. Ball tipped away for a second there by Johnson, but we drive outside, kicked out to Brown. Brown too strong. And Nixa somehow can't get that rebound. The crowd seems frustrated.
Just another offensive rebound. It's just, like I said earlier, they need to get bodies on somebody because it's just too easy for them. It's always in that left block, and there's just a girl sitting there easy, just an easy layup.
Now they're passing the ball in, and I think they're getting the foul from the back on Johnson. Claire Clark was straight up, but Johnson will be tagged from the foul. I think they got a push from behind. Caitlin Sinclair now at the line. The 5'5" junior will knock the first one down. Raises it to a 5, potential 6. Yes, 6-point lead. And Phillips will drive in and finish at the rim. Cuts the lead to 4. Sargent trying to get past Phillips on this press. Phillips ends up on the ground.
I think Webb City's just trying to waste time here. Nixa really needs to put the pressure on this ball, on the ball carrier, but
And Sargent will get past 2 girls and throw a shot at the lane, and it's just can't get the rebound. And travel called on Brown, fighting for the rebound.
yeah.
And I think Nixa will call a timeout and talk it over. We'll be back. (54-50) is your score. Just under a minute left, 51 seconds. Nixa trails by 4, and they've got to find ways to score quick as this clock is doing nothing but going down. Inbound to Phillips. Phillips has been the hot hand this whole game. 31 points. They'll be looking to utilize her. She dribbles off her foot, and it's ripped away by Sargent and Webb City basketball, and that might be the worst thing that can happen to them.
I mean, down 4, they needed to score there and foul quickly, but just the game plan didn't work. Went for a double screen and they read it perfectly, causing a turnover.
And Brown goes in with the shot. I don't know if that's the smartest play there, especially with the clock winding down, wanting to hold the ball.
Do you think they'll just waste time there? But
yeah, force Nixa to foul you.
She's really wanted to score.
There's a foul called. She was trying to get the rebound from Clark. Tagged number 23, Kylie Sargent. So I'm guessing the sister of Brecklin Sargent. But now driving in is Jordan Phillips, and she gets the much-needed point. 2-point deficit now. And you got to foul quickly. It's the inbound into Sargent, and Phillips going to foul.
Nobody else
moved, and no one else is on the same page.
Needing to foul
here. You need to foul.
I don't know what they were doing, just wasting time. Seeming them let the just terrible clock management right there.
Yeah, you need to foul there, especially down by 2. You would have had 20 seconds, but
now you're down to 6.2.
Now you're down to 6, and you're banking on a missed free throw from Horn.
I mean, Phillips really only one aware of the clock there. Just everybody else just kind of
trying to play defense normally, but this isn't a normal type of situation. It's Horn. They will get the miss.
It's a big miss right there.
It's a big miss. So now Nixa has a chance, and Coach V will call a timeout. So, full timeout. Well, they're out of timeouts now. So they can't move the ball up the court then. They're going to. I'm getting news from Mr. Burns that that's not a rule in high school anyway, so that's out of the picture in general. But
I feel like he should have.
I don't know if you're Webb City here, do you just miss it on purpose and
try to waste time?
Try to waste the clock?
They Yeah. I mean, that would be a good idea. It just could be a little risky,
Yeah,
causing
make
a
it
fast
and foul.
break.
Yeah, they are in the bonus, so you could just make it. Webb City could try to make it foul immediately, and then it'll send Nixa or just waste all their time essentially. Or you miss it, or you make it and don't foul, which I don't know why you do that.
But if you intentionally
Or you
miss
could
it,
intentionally miss and try to run out the clock, but Nixa can win with a 3.
but intentionally
And I'm
missing
sure-
here just kind of.
I'm sure that's what the discussion is in the Webb City timeout, what you do after this free throw, make or miss. We'll see what happens now. Horn now with one of the biggest free throws. Miss and rebound.
Just yet again the problem
And
with this entire game.
That
Just
might.
not putting much to bodies and not being able to box out and rebound it. And that's going to cost the Eagles.
And Nixa's lucky they're in the bonus, or Webb City's in the bonus, because now they can foul and send them to the line, not waste time, but that's huge. There's another one missed, though, so they're getting everything they need. They just got to get the rebound, essentially.
It's not able to hit the clutch time free throws here. It's keeping Nixa in it.
Second one will miss 2, and it will be Webb City ball, and that wastes another 2 seconds off the clock. So,
There's too many mistakes here down the stretch.
yeah, they're going to get it in,
Costing
and
them.
you've got to foul immediately. Stolen by Johnson. Johnson fast break in. She doesn't shoot it in time,
It's not aware of the clock.
and that will be the ball game. Webb City beats Nixa 54-52 in this girls junior varsity matchup. Coming up next after the break will be girls varsity matchup between the same teams, of course, Webb City and Nixa. We'll be back after this break. Hello and welcome to Cardinal Stadium in Webb City, Missouri. I am Brady Richer alongside my partner Evan Brett. It is a matchup between the Webb City Lady Cardinals versus the Nixa Lady Eagles. Tip is won by Webb City. Back over to Kira Long. Now driving inside, looking for an outlet anywhere. Finds Burns outside. Burns back over to Keith. Keith looks in the corner to Sargent. Sargent kind of pushes off on Young, throws up a shot blocked by Kubik.
Webb City looking to be aggressive off the start. Just really 2 drives off the first possession. Just didn't really work out there. I'd like to see them keep going back to that.
And there, right there, Teeter driving through the lane gets fouled, but great play design from Nixa. Got that double screen across there.
Just made it wide open. Just missed time to layup, it seems like.
Teeter hits the first one at the line, second one is good as well. And back to last game, me and you, we said joined it around halftime, and Webb City comes out up top 2 points. Nixa had a shot at the end. They just didn't get it off though.
It just wasn't great clock management. I don't think she was aware of the time. I think she had thought she had a couple more seconds left.
Just wasn't able to get it off, simple as that.
As Nixa came out, it seemed to be a press. Looking like they want to get fast points, like a lot of turnovers like early. Really want to get quick points.
Yeah, they're looking for those easy points on the fast breaks that they can get in the steals, trapping them. But Webb City got past it first, drew the foul, and the jump shot is just short from Keith. Rebounded by Kubik on the far end. Now Teeter pushing it up, finds Ferguson in transition. Bounce pass over to Wood. It's kicked around out of bounds, and it will be Eagles basketball. And this Eagles team full of juniors, or seniors, sorry, 1 junior, Kubik and Wood starting, or 2, but full of seniors that know the program. Deep 3 from Sealy Young is nothing but net, but just the experience that they have, it's got to help them, you think, right?
I believe they have great team chemistry all coming up together, and I think it really helps with their team basketball, their passing, just everything about it. But as Webb City's really getting to the rim easy here, it's just they're not finishing their shots. And I believe as the game goes on, it's going to get a little better and better. Just they got to start converting early so they don't get behind.
And they got to push there. Gwen Kubik, kind of looked like she just kind of fell over though. I don't know if she got pushed a lot. Some contact, but that is allowed. But
maybe just tripped over her feet.
Yeah, foul nevertheless. But
it's a miscommunication there.
Over the head of Kira Long, the 5'8" senior guard.
I believe she just thought she was going to go out and ended up cutting in, and it just caused an easy turnover.
And after that, timeout will be called, I believe, by Webb City, and we will be back after that break. Now back from the timeout. Score is 5-0. Your Nixa Lady Eagles with the lead, just under a minute 30 into this game. And Nixa's looked like they've pushed the tempo a bit. They got an easy layup, or they were driving in from Teeter to get 2 free throws, and then 3-point from Celia Young as she's trying to relocate for one again.
One thing I'm noticing from the varsity Eagles to the JV.
Drive inside from Ferguson. Good move to get her open. Back to what you were saying.
But they're really spreading the ball around a lot better. Just as there seems to be, just kind of walked back. I don't know what just happened there.
I don't know what just happened.
But they seem to have a lot more hustle. They're just moving around a lot better, just converting on the easy turnovers. Because Webb City just not really holding on to the ball too well here. Just keeps losing it.
Yeah, there it's out of bounds, and now Abby Sargent in to pass it in. Looking down this, I was saying Sargent all last game, and I think there's 3 of them. I don't know if they're sisters or what, but there's 3 of them on the Webb City team, JV or varsity level. As that pass will be out of bounds. And
Webb City's passing. They really need to clean up the passing here. Just too many mistakes. Just barely out of reach there. Just really needs to clean it up. They want to stay in this game. Already down 7-0.
you know, lots of turnovers early. As there's one from Celia Young. She'll meet her at the basket and fall over, fouling her on the way to the rim. On the shot there, number 24, Whitley Keith. And I think if you're Celia Young, just got to maybe let them have it, honestly. Yeah. Don't foul them, just put your hands up.
Don't want to get too many fouls early as your key player. There's Nixa offense and defense. You can't get in foul trouble.
I agree, and most points from this game coming off of turnovers, as there's 2 free throws right there. Nick's had a couple off turnovers, but you know, Ferguson looks inside to Young.
It's like Webb City's.
Young tipped away and gathered by Burns. Burns looks to the opposite side, thrown up, almost gets the N1. Oh, and it's Kira Long on the shot. She'll go to the line for 2.
Webb City giving them a taste of their own medicine, applying that pressure that Nixa did early, trying to cause turnovers to cut into this lead. And just like JV last game, they really had trouble handling the pressure, and it's seemingly the same thing for varsity right now.
And Kira Long will make the first one. As well as the second one. Now Ferguson, cross-court pass to Young, and Young is fouled in the air by Scholes, just going too hard, I think, at the pass, trying to jump it.
I think they need to prevent those rainbow passes, just kind of throwing it out there where either team can get it. That could cause a bunch of turnovers down the line if they continue to do that.
Wood finds Ferguson in the backcourt.
This press for Webb City, they're really not getting far up there. They're kind of sitting by half court, just waiting for them to come to them and then starting to trap around those corners, cause easy turnovers.
Kubik looks inside to Teeter and is fouled. Seems like there's a lot of stoppage of play early into this game. Just lots of fouls, out of bounds, just everything happening.
Kind of sloppy almost.
Yeah, sloppy on both ends, I'd say. But looking for Young in the corner, and just too strong on that one. Rebound Wood, and it's poked out by Keith.
Webb City's really not going to want her to get hot from 3. We've seen her hit from there many, many times. And if you just keep leaving her open like she is right now, I just don't believe she saw her.
And here's Wood again from 3, off the back iron, rebounded by Teeter. And jump ball will be called. Inbounding the ball for Nix's Karis Ferguson. Looks inside to Teeter. I believe she had Wood open on the other end, but must have not seen her. Still in a way by Keith. Now on the other end is Long. Back over to Keith. Top of the key now. Burns. Finds Sargent. Sargent, backdoor cut. Stolen away by Wood. Wood driving in, looking for Ferguson. Just too late on the pass as Long is able to catch up. It looked like she had 3 people open for maybe 2 seconds.
I think she's a little hesitant because there was somebody coming on that backside, but she really just needed to be confident and throw that pass.
Looking for anyone now is Ferguson. She'll find a wide open Teeter, and Teeter will not convert. Out of bounds Webb City ball, and decides that first Celia Young 3-pointer. They've shot maybe 3, 4 more, but just haven't been able to knock them down.
And Nixa really needs to convert from deep here.
Stolen away by Young. Young Ferguson. Ferguson layup will go. 9-4. Now first points in a while, and I think they're going to call a foul on Sargent as well. That'll send Ferguson to the line for the N1. Ferguson will convert. Nearing halfway through the quarter, scores 10-4.
Nixa continues to apply that pressure with the press. It really seems to be working out with them. Just getting a lot of turnovers, causing Webb City to throw a lot of bad passes, and really helping them with this lead.
Inside is blocked by Kubik, and rebounding, fighting for the ball, and they get the foul on Keith. Eagles already in bonus in the first quarter. Just seems kind of sloppy play from the Cardinals, just all over the place, especially to get in the bonus in the first quarter.
Yeah, when you're the Cardinals, you don't want to just keep giving them free shots with, even if you get a
Especially down by 6.
Yeah, you don't want them to continue to just pour on this lead.
First one by Kubik is no good. Second one missing in the same spot. Long now, moving down the court, guarded by Ferguson. Long is working on Ferguson, over to Burns. Burns driving in right side. Looks in the corner and stays Webb City basketball.
Past couple possessions, really what they're doing is just trying to drive the lane, but they see nothing's there, and then they try to kick it to the corner and just not great passes, causing out of bounds.
And Sargent cross court to Long, scary pass, but works in the favors. The corner 3 is right. Rebound Sargent though, step through, and it is good. Good move from Sargent inside.
If you saw from last game, Sargent was really the key factor in that win for Webb City in the JV, seeming to carry it over to varsity. Just playing great basketball today.
Now Teeter looks to the corner of Ferguson. Back iron, another miss for the Eagles from deep as the other end is Keith, poked away by Kubik. They stay.
Ever since that
Cardinal
first 3,
basketball.
they really haven't been able to knock it down. I think they should just start forcing it inside with Gwen. She's got the clear height advantage on them.
Now Eagle basketball here, and we saw on those free throws a couple subs in. Addie Ruffin, she just got the ball right there, and Kennedy Nash as well to help the Eagles out. 2 more of those seniors that have great time and leadership on this team as Nash will launch from deep and too strong again, but soaring in is Nash, following her shot, but she gets fouled right before the pass.
Great hustle there.
Because they're in the bonus, that'll send them to the line.
Those costly fouls
Again.
early are really hurting them now.
Yeah.
I mean, only down 4, they're lucky because Nixa really hasn't been able to convert from
Three-point land or the free throw line.
I believe 1 for 5, 1 for 6.
Something like that. Ever since that first one from Young, it's been miss after miss. Those 2 free throws will drop, though, for the Eagles. Extend their lead to 6. Now inside and hits the layup. It's number 42, Addie Burns.
Webb City really found the weakness to that press. If you have 2 people in the corner, you hit one of them, somebody cuts backside, it's an easy layup.
Nash, good dump off to Teeter is no good, but batted back and out of bounds will be Cardinal basketball. Now Long passing it in for Webb City.
It's in a 1-2-1-1 here. I believe really just trying to force the pressure up top, trying to get an easy trap and force more turnovers.
And Wood now work on Long. Long dumps it off to the corner now. Back to her. Pump fake, driving in left side. Swatted away by Wood. Rebound Teeter. Teeter moving up the floor. She's got a pair of Eagles with her. She'll find Ruffin. Ruffin left-hand layup will bounce in.
Nixa making them pay on these fast break layups. They're seemingly just making it look easy.
And now with ease, Webb City breaks the press. Easy dump off pass and easy layup. It's Adeline Maxwell down low, the 6'1" sophomore. Now finds Ruffin in the middle. Ruffin, Nash in the corner, looks inside to Teeter. Teeter spin move and easy layup for her.
Just a great move. Nobody down on that block. She noticed it, hit the spin move. It was a wide open layup.
Now Webb City leaves her wide open. She'll launch from deep and she will hit. Whitley Keith for 3.
City will stay in the press.
Ruffin over to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Ruffin. Being trapped near the Cardinal. Look inside of the weakness to Teeter. Nash in the corner now. Dribbling over Ruffin. Ruffin. Wood. Corner 3. Just rolls in and out.
They need to find their stride from 3. Just missed their last 6. They really need to start converting from down there.
And they're just
easy.
wide open. Too easy for Kira Long. She just kind of walked through the defense. No one was guarding her.
Webb City's back in this game. Just looks like a miscommunication between the defense, who was going to pick her up. Just left her wide open for the layup.
Yeah, but just under a minute left in the first quarter. 16-15 is your score. Eagles leading by 1. We'll be back after this break. Back from the break, just under a minute. Eagles leading by 1.
This Webb City press, Sargent's just really everywhere.
And Nash taken to the ground. Young. Now Ruffin finds Nash over to Young. Young will pump fake, kick it back out to Ruffin. Ruffin short on the 3. Rebound Teeter. Teeter will go back up, get the foul called. She will go to the line. Teeter will knock the first one down.
Nixa really just, what's giving them this lead, they're not making too many shots, but they're really just being the more aggressive team, getting to the basket, getting to the line a lot more. I believe that's what's giving them this lead.
Now Keith over to Burns. Burns, top the key, just under 30 seconds now, finds it back to Keith, guarded heavily by Ruffin. Keith working on Ruffin, going inside, and she gets trapped. Cubic and Ruffin looked like maybe a travel there, not called though. Burns with the Young guarding Nash now. Long, 3 seconds left, tipped away. Long, buzzer beater shot, won't go. And that will be the end of the quarter. Your score, 17-15, Eagles lead by 2. We'll be back. Second quarter underway now. Webb City basketball. The far side is Sargent. Sargent looks inside, denied. McGuinn Cubic.
Start of this game, you really wouldn't think it was close. It was just a lot of sloppy basketball from Webb City, but they've really found a way to come back in this game and put the pressure on the Eagles.
Yeah, Nixa was up to a 7-point lead, 8-point lead, something like that to start, but rallying back is Webb City. Now looking in the corner is Scholes. Scholes and Sargent now long. Burns heavily guarded by Young. Long top of the key, Nash. They will get Nash checked for the foul. Now looking, she finds Sargent on the inbounds. Foul called on Ferguson, but I don't know if I really agree with that call.
She's trying to be aggressive. I guess the ref thought she got a hand in there, but it didn't really look like it. Already got to 2 fouls.
Didn't look like enough contact to call it, in my opinion. But they look to the far wing now. Top of the key, Sargent, back to Keith. Keith finds Scholes now back. Looks like they're trying to run a play.
Doesn't seem to really be working. Nixa's all over it.
Just not a lot of movement from the Webb City offense is what I'm seeing. There's a good back cut there, but
very stagnant.
nothing years in there. Open three. And now they'll get a push called.
Nixa really going to need to watch their hands because refs are calling that.
I think Nixa's just playing a bit too handsy for the type of offense they're running. They're kind of just standing around, and it's not really necessarily the hands. They don't need to really be touching her, I feel like.
They don't need to be going for those steals. They just,
because the ball's kind of just sitting in one spot. Just kind of keep your hands up, stay with your defender. Now, Addie Ruffin tips it away.
Nixa's defense in this game in the paint has just been amazing. Every time they go in, it's either a block or they just force it out of bounds. And it's really hurting this Webb City offense.
I agree. Webb City's been having a hard time in the paint. A lot of the points coming from maybe free throws or fast breaks. But stolen away from Brooke Teeter. Got pickpocketed now, but the same thing happens to her on the other end, but it will be out of bounds. Nixa ball. Now Ruffin on the inbound. Ruffin finds Young. Over to Nash. Nash. Back to Young. Cross-court pass Teeter. Teeter jab, steps in the lane, loses control, falls on the ground, fighting now. They will get a jump ball, and it will stay in the possession of Nixa.
She really tried to drive through too many people, I believe. I think there was, with that many people in the box.
Nash from deep. It is good. They were kind of in a slump there for a while. Nixa only hitting like 1 out of their 6, but their second one goes in finally.
She answers.
And she answers just with the 3 of their own, Whitley Keith. But like I was saying, Nixa just, maybe they can find a hot streak from deep. They haven't been able to. Nash kind of just out of control, chucks one up. And now Teeter get the rebound and be sent to the line. Teeter with 5 this game, has been aggressive inside. Getting lots of rebounds. And been to the line twice now. Second one is good as well from Teeter. Just up to 7.
Nixa finally dropping off that press. Wasn't working too well. It worked in the beginning, but they kind of drew something up, and it seemed to start kind of easily broken.
Sargent falls to the ground and gets the travel called on her. Now Wood inbounding to Nash. Nash surveying her options. Back to Wood. Wood near sideline. Speeds past her defender, but pulls it back. Now once again gets past her. Driving in through the lane. Mid-range from Ruffin. Just too strong. Gets her own rebound now. Look at the Young. Top of the key is Wood. Thought about it. Won't go. Up and somehow hits that circus layup.
Nixa really just being the more physical team here. Just imposing their will on the boards and just getting second chance points, which is really helping them.
Yeah, just especially on defense. I know they're fouling, but just playing more aggressive than Webb City right now. As Long tries the Kareem hook shot, but it won't go. Now Teeter to Nash in the corner. Pump fakes. The Wood. Wood will get fouled. Now Webb City with the timeout. 4 minutes, 41 seconds remaining, almost halfway through. We'll be back. Back from the timeout. Score is 18-24. Nixa leading now 25 with Taylor Wood hitting that free throw. If you're just now joining us, I'm Brady Richard with my partner Evan Brett. Speaking too fast there. But Wood will knock down both free throws now. On the other end is Keith bringing the ball down. Keith been guarded by Nash. She's been working on Nash all game. Nash just seems to be smothering her.
I mean, Knicks are really getting up in the bodies of the offense, just imposing their will on the defense, really just putting a lot of pressure on them.
Now Ruffin, left-hand pass cross court, and Nash pump fake driving through the lane. Floater is good. Increases the lead to double digits now for Nixa. Now working on Teeter, gets a backdoor pass inside, blocked away by Wood. Wood will also grab the rebound now, moving up the court. Finds Young in the corner. Young to Nash, and Teeter long two-pointer will drop.
It seems that more and more they work this ball around, just someone becomes wide open for an easy shot. And I think the more and more they do this in the game, it's just they're really going to pour on this lead and just take this one away.
30-18 now after that mid-range from Brooke Teeter. 3:47 left. Timeout Webb City. We'll be back. Back from that Webb City timeout. Nixa leads by 12. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Sargent will have the ball for Webb City now. Over to Keith. Keith looks inside to Maxwell, and a travel will be called.
aggressive defense here from the Eagles, just causing a bunch of silly mistakes for the Webb City Cardinals. And the more and more pressure they put on them, seemingly the more and more mistakes they're making.
Now it's Ruffin driving on the other end. Young thought about it, but won't shoot it. Now swung over to Teeter, who will give it back to Ruffin in the corner. Over to Young again. Steps in for the elbow shot, and Coach Talbert thought it got tipped, but just left from Young. Now Sargent working on Teeter, puts up a shot, won't go. Rebound is Teeter. She's got Ruffin, and she does find her. Left-hand layup is short. Back out, and they'll say it's tipped. And I think everyone was screaming at Nash to pick up the ball, but it got tipped. She was making the smart decision.
I don't know if it did, but clearly she just had no idea.
No, I think she knew. Everyone was yelling at her, though.
But it's still their ball, so.
Yeah. Well, I saw the ref make the
tip sign, yeah.
But it'll be Nash in the corner now, and it's good.
Clearly it worked out. It's a 3 for the Eagles, wide open. She's always going to hit those.
And Maxwell using her size inside on Wood. It's the 2-point shot for them. Ruffin's playing defenders now, and Wood, ball's on the ground for Young. And Young is now pushing it down for the Cardinals.
That.
She's down on the ground in pain. We'll be back. Now back Wood will miss the first free throw. Kira Long, the senior guard, seemed to try to do a move and came down with the non-contact injury, which is never good. We're praying for her and hoping that she's okay. And she's in the medical room now. But now back to the game. Burns will try a mid-range, and it will fall. Ruffin now finds Wood in the middle of the court. Wood tipped from behind, finds the hands of Young. Young to a post-up. Wood, good pass to Teeter, and she will finish at the rim.
It's great passing from the Eagles, creating wide open shots and easy layups. Just giving them this 14-point lead here.
Sargent tries to find a cutter, and it will be tipped out of bounds, and Eagle basketball. Isabella Marsh will check into the game for the Eagles now, and it'll be Nash taking the ball down the court, guarded by Horn. The freshman is Ruffin will pull it from deep, and she will hit it, and Eagles.
She's just wide open on that shot. Looked like a miscommunication.
Horn will try one as well and answer.
But the same thing comes down here, just wide open. Just they really need to find their man and stick to him.
Now looking to the corner is Marsh. Marsh spin move inside. Good dump off pass to Wood. Wood pump fakes and finishes. the other end now it's Sargent, sorry. To Horn. Horn top of the key, looks near wing to Keith. Keith looking for someone, and it finds the hands of Horn. Cutting inside is Keith. Spin move, throws up with the left hand. Air ball is caught by Marsh, and it kicked out of bounds by Webb City. Addie Ruffin taking the ball down. Now, Ruffin finds Teeter. Teeter pump fakes, drives in, left hand layup, just a bit too strong, but Marsh is there for the rebound. And now is going to the line for two.
Nixa is a more physical team this half. Just too many. Webb City's allowing too many second chance points, too many rebounds. And they really need to clean this up if they want to get back into this game.
First one rolls around the rim and out. Marsh will nail the second one. Just 1 second remaining. Tipped away by Ruffin, and that will be how your first quarter of this Lady Eagles versus Lady Cardinals varsity matchup ends. 42-25 is your score. We'll be back after 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back to this Lady Eagles versus Lady Cardinals game. Webb City versus Nixa, whatever you want to call it. The score is 42-25. Lady Eagles in control steadily. With this one, we saw kind of a close game near the end of the first quarter, but they really broke away in the second one. Got on fire from 3, really. Nash, Ruffin hit one. I think Sealy Young hit one. And they just really got going and never looked back. But now Webb City second half coming out, looking to come back and get back into this one as there's a tip shot inside, out of bounds. Will stay Webb City ball. That one was shot by Addie Burns. Now Sargent gets it into Keith, back in the corner. Now working down low. Moving over. There's Burns. Burns out to Keith. Keith will launch, and Keith will not hit.
Webb City, I think, just needs to be a little more patient there. Just kind of just chucked one up. I think they need to be a little more patient, pass it around. And the more and more he passes it, I think it's really going to open up some lanes for easy points.
And Wood will look at Teeter. Teeter. Ferguson inside the cubic and one finish. She'll go to the line.
It's kind of the story of this game. Nixa just being a little bit more physical inside, causing them to get this big lead, 44-25.
Cubic will be short. And Keith finds Sargent up, dumps it off, easy pass. Down low is missed by Scholes. Ferguson now attacking the other end. Young will launch a deep 3 and nails it. Burns on the other end. And Sargent gets it poked away by Teeter. And a bit of confusion. It's Nixa basketball.
I don't really know what happened.
I think Teeter was arguing for something mid-play, and they kind of just blew the whistle. I don't really know what she was arguing for, though. But
maybe a push.
Ferguson now on the other side for Nixa. The Young. Now Wood driving in, Euro stepping through the lane, will be fouled and go into the line. Or no, they'll call it on the ground. I thought she was shooting a layup.
Looked like a shot, but I guess.
It tipped away, good defense from Addie Burns.
It's the right look there, just she read it perfectly and ended up causing what would have been an easy 3.
Now on the opposite side this time, Ferguson looking inside, had Young wide open, but jumping around was Sinclair in the way, and it's poked away. Now on the ground, it's a scramble. Finds the hand of Sinclair, and Sinclair gets
blown up.
Blown up by, like you said, Teeter, and is on the ground.
Did they call that on the ground?
And Sinclair will exit the game.
They called that on the ground.
Okay. Bounding to Sargent. Finds the shot too strong. On the other end is Teeter. Teeter pushing it. Young will launch again from deep. Back iron this time. Rebound Webb City. Webb City on the other end. Cross-court pass down low to Scholes. Scholes will kick it out for the 3, and it will be good. Wood finds the defense lacking, though. Young will hit the easy layup. Kind of a back-and-forth game.
It's not much defense being played those last couple possessions. Finding wide open people as wide open again.
Yeah, Teeter finds Young again for an open layup. And Young, that puts her up at 10 points now. She's One of the leading scorers for Nixa behind Teeter at 11.
City really
Grow the Nixa lead to, I believe, 23 points.
Yeah. Webb City really needs to get back on defense here. Just back-to-back fast break points wide open. If they want to get back into this, they need to clean it up.
Timeout, Webb City. We'll be back after this short break. Back from the timeout, 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Sargent will find Horn. Horn looking for the cutter, but it's not there. Now Keith swings it to the near wing. Now to the corners, Horn. Horn looking around. Back to her, guarded by Ferguson. Driving inside, blocked by Kubik. I think she touched it as well, so it'll stay Nixa ball.
Kubik just not letting anything get past her. I believe that's 3 blocks this game, just throwing it back every time anyone tries to go near her.
Yeah, it's her 4th one this game. And Young will try again from deep. She's kind of had the hot hand this game, but that one won't go. And now Keith is pushing it for Webb City. Looks inside. With her center, won't go. Jump ball will stay Webb City. Sargent looking around, looks at the cutter, Horn. Horn off the mark, rebound. Ferguson now taking it for Nixa. Inside pass, good look. Finishing at the rim is Wood.
Webb City just struggling with transition defense. Always seems to be somebody wide open for an easy layup.
Looking for the backdoor cut, won't be there, and they'll tag Young for the foul. A couple of subs into the game for Nixa. Addie Ruffin, Isabella Marsh, and Kennedy Nash will see the floor. 53-28, just under 4 minutes remaining. Nixa heavily in control. Ball tipped out and will remain in Webb City possession. Inbound is Burns. Picks up her dribble and finds Horn. Horn driving to the elbow, back corner to Burns. Burns working on Kubik. It's a 10-footer, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Keith and will be Eagle basketball.
Webb City just seems to be sticking in a 5-out. Hasn't worked too well this game. Hasn't been adjusting, which has caused them to be down 25.
And Ferguson looked to the corner, but lost her dribble. Keith now taking it down. Looks to pass it down low. Posting up Nash. Sargent, and she looked to the cutting Scholes. They'll call a foul on Addie Ruffin. For anyone, Sargent looks for Horn. It's knocked away by Marsh. Now back with it, Sargent. Good crossover. Gets inside. Kicks out. Sinclair. Let's say it's out on Cubic. Stay Webb City ball.
Nixa really being aggressive on these passes, just really tipping it away, causing a lot of loose balls, and forcing a lot of turnovers, which has caused this big lead.
Keith finds Scholes up top. Keith thought about it, won't shoot. Scholes again, open from 3. Won't shoot. Posting up Cubic, looks for the shot and will hit. Had the open 3, but decided to go into the contact, and it worked out just fine for her. Nash has the open 3 and nothing but net. Eagles have been money from downtown all game. After that little drought that they had, as the mid-range will be short. Drive an arc, rebound Ruffin. Ruffin pushing it. It's Ferguson. Ferguson. Floater is no good. Rebound Ruffin again. Ferguson looks opposite to Marsh. Back to Nash. Nash, plenty of room, steps into the arc. Spin move Marsh. Back to Nash in the corner. Nash to Ruffin. Ruffin dribbling around, and Marsh over to Ruffin. Opposite wing, Ferguson. Now Ruffin again. Finally a shot and no good, but rebound is Cubic. Ripped away, but a jump ball will be called and will stay Nixa basketball. And what I'm seeing from this Webb City defense, it's just a lot of standing around. I mean, do you agree?
Yeah, there's kind of all stagnant right in the middle, just leaving these shooters open. When you leave when you give them too much space, you know, it's just barbecue chicken from there.
Now opposite end. Abby Sargent knocks down the 2. Ruffin from deep. Off the mark. Scholes corrals it in. It's Sargent now opposite end, guarded by Woods. Sargent spin moves. Looks for a little dump off pass. And they're on the ground jump ball. Just under 45 seconds remaining. In the third quarter. Nixa's built upon their lead. Now it's mounted to 24. Looking for anyone. Finally finds Sinclair. And we'll give it to Burns up top. Burns driving in on Woods. Woods feeds it to the corner. Keith will launch and Keith will hit.
Something I'm really noticing from this Webb City offense is just like their defense, they're very stagnant. They're just kind of just sitting around and just letting stuff happen. Just like right there, no one really filled the lane to stop her from getting an easy drive and a foul. Going to center to the line.
I think they're calling it on the ground, yeah. They haven't been really calling those on the way to the basket, shooting fouls. Nixa will call a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back after this break. Back from the timeout, Under 24 seconds left, 56-35, Nixa leads, and I think timeout was called so Coach Talbot could drop a play, but right as I say that, it's poked away and corralled by Keith. Now opposite end is Sargent, won't hit the layup. Marsh gets the rebound. Marsh pushing it for Nixa. In the hands of Wood, under 10 seconds now. Wood dribbling in, and they call the travel as Wood seems frustrated and chucks the ball.
Seemed like she pushed her there, so she chucked the ball at her.
Seemed there's a jump ball, and she kind of grabbed her, but clock winding down, and throws up a shot, kind of a weird way to end the corner there. Tensions are high in this game, but Nixa leads 56-35, fourth quarter. It's about a minute away. We'll be back. Now back for the fourth quarter, 56-35 your score. Nixa's been in control nearly the whole game. If you're just now joining, I'm Brady Richard, alongside my partner Evan Brett. And if you weren't here for the end of that third quarter, Celia Young launches from three, and she is on fire. It's around third or fourth one for her on the day. Just driving in was Keith, and there's another foul, and that kind of sums up how this whole game's been, just aggressive fouling. I mean, end of third quarter, if you weren't watching, just kind of almost a shoving match happened. Got the ball thrown from Taylor Wood, and I don't know how a tech wasn't given out, honestly.
Seemed like she pushed her, and then the reaction was she threw it at her, but then number 12 just started following her down the court, almost like she wanted to fight, but
nothing,
no tech call.
Nothing to do about it. Keith hits one free throw. Ferguson, I think gets away with a walk, and Young left wide open again, and she's just going to knock it down again. I mean, you can't leave her open. How many does she have to hit?
I mean,
She's
like
at
I
five
said,
now.
I mean, she's just keep being the hot hand. You're going to leave her open, just keep giving her the ball. Now doubled their points, 62-36. And those three-pointers have just killed Webb City.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think after you hit four, just leaving her wide open wouldn't be the option. But, I mean, if I'm the coach, I'm telling my players, get up on her, face guard her. But
they're just kind of standing there.
And they're just leaving her. I mean, she's back here right now. And
just in her hot spot, just waiting for the ball.
Yeah, no one even realized that she's back here. Finally, they look back and see her.
But really hasn't done anything about it, but now she's moving back.
Honestly, I think you just got to follow her around everywhere she goes if she's hit so many.
Give the Taylor Wood treatment they were giving.
She's switching corners now as Wood gets a pump fake inside. Foul called on Caitlin Sinclair. Ferguson passing it in, looking for someone. Goes opposite to Young. Again, I thought she was going to
pull that one.
Backcourt, just a little miscommunication from the Lady Eagles. And I thought she was going to shoot that one as much space as she needed to, I thought it looked like. But
I mean,
decided to keep the hand or keep the finger on the trigger and not let that one go. Now Webb City passing around the top of the key, driving in left side, dumps it off to Sargent. Sargent step through the lane, and they'll get a foul on Teeter, and seems like they're calling everything.
Yeah, just anything near the ball, they just seem to be calling. Eagles up to 3 fouls already early in this half. It's only that's the fourth quarter.
The line, second one is no good. Rebound Cubic. Ferguson to Wood in the corner. And Wood, it's Young. Over to Young in the corner again. Young cross court to Teeter. Teeter will fire. And no good over the rim, so it'll be out of bounds and go back to the hands of Webb City.
I think the real game changer in this game is just the level of effort on defense. Webb City really just stagnant, staying in one place while Nixa's all over them the moment they cross the volleyball line. And I think it's really helped the Eagles pull away here.
This ball is kicked around and picked up by Cubic, like right there. Just kind of sloppy offense leads to turnovers and leaving people over from three. I'm sure Ferguson could have shot that one if she wanted to. So much room.
Giving shooters so much space here, just costing them.
And Teeter makes a move inside. To Wood. Wood driving in. Wood gets one to fall. Wood now up to 11 points. This game tied with Teeter, and then leading is Young with 16 with her 5 3-pointers. Timeout Webb City, score is 64-38. 5 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. We'll be back. Back from the break, 64-38 Nixa. Driving in was Burns. No good, rebound Wood.
Something Webb's really gotten away from is just being aggressive in that lane. Kind of started shooting open, like jacking up 3-point shots, and it's just led to this lead.
Now Teeter finds Wood. Wood driving in, back out. Ferguson long two. She drills it. Foot was on the line, so marked as a 2. Abby Sargent will pull from deep, and that's kind of one of those shots you were just talking about that you don't really need right now. Oh,
Instead of setting up the offense, they're just walking down and just shooting it. They maybe get a couple passes, 3, 4, 5 passes, get somebody open for a better shot, but just sloppy offense.
Driving in, swatted away by Cubic. And they call it a foul. Send Burns to the line, and I thought that was all ball.
Seems like he signaled for a push there. I didn't see that, but
He did charge it to Cubic. She's got 4 now. Burns hits the first one. Second one as well.
Seems like a little too late. Just a little too late to.
Young from the corner once again. Short. She's cutting back in, but out of the sight of Cubic, who grabbed the rebound. Now it's up to Wood near the Cardinal. Back to Youngin. She's poked from behind, and foul called on Sargent.
Seems like too little, too late right here. Just towards the fourth quarter, down by 26, and you're finally starting to play aggressive defense. They could have really used this in the third quarter.
Or second quarter when they were only behind by just a couple. Yeah. Now Nash driving in, kicks it up to Young. Young, left-handed side to Ruffin. Ruffin. Yes.
Just leaving them open, just easy shots.
Now Sargent working on Teeter. Kicks it out. It's Brown. Brown. Inside, throws it up. No good. Being fought by Nash, and they'll get a push on Abby Sargent inside. Just past halfway through the quarter. It's up by 19. Webb City has shrunk the lead a bit. It was 24 at some point, but like you said, I think it's too little too late. As they'll find Teeter on the fast break, but it's stolen away by Webb City. Whitley Keith with the ball now. Shoots a 3 and won't hit the rim at all. Ruffin corner to Young. Nash to Marsh. Marsh throws a rainbow to Young. Young thought about the 3 but won't shoot. Marsh now on the far wing. It's Young again, and Young will shoot. And although she misses that, I just still don't get why she's still getting so many shots up and why you're not just on her at this point, not letting her shoot.
It just seems like everybody on the defense is just standing there staring at the ball, not looking backside or anything, just causing you to get wide open.
Ruffin. Now McLean. McLean. Phillips in the corner. Good. Phillips coming into this game, sophomore. She had 30 points last game, I think. She was lighting it up. Really their main source of offense for the junior varsity team, as Keith will fire from deep and it will rim out. Shot thrown up by Chesney Brown, and we'll send her to the line.
I mean, Nixa on offense, just making it look like a three-point contest, just wide open threes and drilling them. Just caused this 32-point lead.
And right there, I think it was just good play design. I mean, there was a double screen to get her open. She just sat in the corner and waited for it, and no one fought around it.
Yeah, ran it beautifully.
Poked away by Marsh. Or to Ruffin. Ruffin crosses over. On the left side is Phillips again. Phillips uses the screen. Bounce past to Nash. Nash will shoot. Back iron rebound, Phillips. Phillips keeps control. Tries to hit McLean. McLean gets the ball stolen away. And on the other end, I think that's, yes, Sargent stopped by Nash.
She was just wide open again. There's almost no defense getting played on these shooters outside. It's really the thing that's cost Webb City this game, and they just don't seem to adjust.
And their three-point percentage in the first half, 36%. I'm sure it's up to at least 40 now, which is really what you want to be at, as if considered a good three-point shooter is around 40%. And as a team right now, they're shooting pretty well from three. I feel like they're up there near 40, maybe 45 now. Seem to knock down everyone they shoot.
It's been a flawless half for the Eagles from the three-point line, and caused them to run away with this one. I believe that those early shots, those early like first 6 missed threes, has really brought down that percentage, but they really cleaned it up in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. They've really been lights out in the second half, and Phillips under a minute now, 40 seconds. So I think Nixa just going to hold the ball and walk away with the win as McLean just passing it around. Phillips now roughing. Cross court to Phillips. To Ruffin, 10 seconds now. And that's the game. Your Lady Eagles, 72-43, pick up the W at Webb City. I think it's the first COC matchup of the year for them, so starting off strong. 1-0 in the COC with a dominant win over Webb City. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. Brady Retone, Aiden Hopkins, they'll be on for the varsity matchup between the Webb City, or varsity boys matchup. This was varsity girls, so versus Webb City and Nixa. So stay tuned, and we'll be back 15 minutes, 20 minutes, somewhere around there.